Everyone and welcome to Electronic Technocrat, your own techie guy. Today is episode number 3 of AI and ML application slash demonstrations. Well, today I'll be talking about Lewis. No, you're guessing it wrong. Lewis is not a guy. Well, if he's not a guy, then what is he? A machine? Well, not even a machine. Lewis is an AI-based application that was developed by Microsoft. Microsoft has gone too far in its AI applications, and now one more invention which Microsoft gave in AI field, it was Lewis. Now Lewis is not a person, not a machine. So what is Lewis? To find out more, stay tuned and keep watching this video. Before that, bring us the intro please. Alright, so Lewis is Language Understanding Intelligence Service, or so called as Lewis. So basically I'm going to tell you about Lewis in the next 3 or 4 minutes, but before that I'm going to tell you what principle Lewis is based on. It is based on natural language understanding principle. Now don't confuse yourself with natural language processing. Now they both are kind of same, but not exactly. So if you want to know what NLP, that is natural language processing, and what is natural language understanding means, I will put this video in the next part sooner or later, maybe before this video or maybe after this video, but surely I'm going to put what is natural language processing and what is natural language understanding, and also the difference between both of them. So don't worry about it. What is NLU? Now I'm going to tell you in short what is NLU, that is natural language understanding. One of the primary goals of NLU is to teach machines how to interpret and understand the language that is inputted by the humans. It aims to teach the computers what a body of the text or spoken speech means. NLU leverages AI algorithms to recognize attributes of language such as sentiment, semantics, context, and intent. It enables computers to understand the subtleness and variations of language. For example, the questions like "What's the weather like outside?" and "How's the weather?" are both asking the same thing. The question can be asked in hundreds and thousands of different ways. With natural language understanding, or abbreviated as NLU principle, applications can recognize with many variations in which humans say the same things. Now, if you see that natural language understanding is basically used to teach the machines how to interpret, or we can say how to respond to the natural language spoken by the humans. Like for example, I have given the example of "What is the weather today?" or "How's the weather?" Now these both sentences are same to a human being, but it would be sometimes difficult for the machines, or we can say that the services or artificial intelligence algorithms, to understand them. But natural language understanding makes it simpler. This algorithm, what it does is recognizing the attributes of the language. That means it's marking the keywords, the sentiments, the semantics, the context, and the intent all together in one sentence inputted by the human. Astonishing, right? So before I can get any more further or confuse you with that, let's go on to see the demo of how exactly Lewis, that is Language Understanding Intelligence Service, works. And maybe in the further part, or we can say in the next video, I will tell you about what is natural language understanding principle and what is natural language processing principle, and what is the difference between these two. Maybe in the previous video before this or a video after this, but surely I'm going to tell you what these both means to us. Alright, till then, let's go on to the demo part. Alright, so let's meet Lewis. Well, what is Lewis? You may be thinking he's not a guy, he's not a machine, so what is it? Lewis stands for language understanding intelligent service. Absolutely. It is a machine learning based service to build natural language into apps, bots, and IoT devices. Quickly, it is used to create enterprise ready. It is used to create custom models that can continuously improve. That means that Lewis is a language understanding intelligence service, or we can say a cloud based API. This API is completely based on, or we can say this service is completely based on machine learning. And this machine learning based service is used to build a natural language, that is, naturally what we speak is natural language, to convert this natural language into apps, bots, and IoT devices. This is very interesting, as you can see here, as a house. Now let's go to the demo straight away. I won't waste any time. Here we go. Now, as you can see here, there's a house. Now I have to control this house using some statements that are given here. Now, as I have told you, what is Lewis? It's language understanding service. That's correct. Language understanding service. This service is based on machine learning. Everyone knows what machine learning is. So basically it is using this machine learning and artificial intelligence to, what we can say, convert a natural language into applications or bots or so many different things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna control this house using AI and ML, and the platform would be Microsoft. The Lewis service is being installed throughout this house. On my voice commands, the Lewis will detect the voice commands, and according to the commands it will search into its database that this guy has spoke this word or this guy has spoke this sentence. Now he looks for the keywords inside the sentences. If he finds the keywords inside the sentences that are already embedded into its dictionary, or we can say into his database, it will respond to the command that you give to him. That's correct. Let's find it out how it exactly works. Now here we have so many different statements. You can type your statement as well, or you can just give it a voice command. Now basically I'm gonna give a voice command to Lewis, basically not here but from these text, so that it will be easy for you to see what's happening here. Alright, so the first one is go to the energy saver mode. Okay, so when I click go to the energy saver mode, let's see what Lewis reacts on this. Yes, that's correct. So Lewis reacts on it and whole house light is out, or we can say down. Why? Because we have activated the energy saver mode. Now the whole house is dark. This is what Lewis does. Now if I am going for the next sentence, that is, I am watching a movie, so according to that I want the lights in my room. So let's see what Lewis does. I'm telling the Lewis I'm watching a movie. Lewis, let's see what Lewis does. So what Lewis does is it dims the light according to the theaters. That's correct. So when you're watching a movie in theaters, you see that the lights go dim, so that what happens, what you see on the big screen is visible to you in the real time, or it doesn't stress your eyes that much. So now the next command would be give me a mood lighting for cooking. That means I'm telling Lewis that I'm cooking and give me that suitable light in which I can cook. So let's click this command and see what Lewis does. Here we go, it's a cooking section. Here we go, so it's changed. So what Lewis did here is he gave me the lighting that is perfectly suitable for cooking. That's correct. This is how intelligent and, what we can say, surprising Lewis can work out. Basically this application can, or service can work out. Let's see another one. I need more light to read my book. Now I guess this guy is reading a book here. It's completely dark. Now let's see what Lewis does. Lewis, I need more light to read my book. Now let's see what it does in this. Here we go. So he gives him more light to study, or he gives me more light to study, and it gives me so much light that is sufficient for me to study or read my book. This is how fantastic Lewis is, and this is how fantastic AI and ML can together work and just brighten up your home. Now let's find another one. I need more light to cut carrots. Well, this sentence is absolutely linked to kitchen again. So let's see. Louis, I need more light to cut carrots. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. So we can see everything almost is light up basically, but this kitchen area is light up more because he's cutting the carrots, and that's a very dangerous task. So for that, you can't dim the lights in the kitchen. You have to get the lights brighten up so that you can see what you're cutting, or by mistakenly you cut your finger. So let's see what's the next one. Okay, call Batman. Let's see what it does. So Louis, call Batman. Let's see what happens in this house. Okay, here we go. It's calling the Batman through a bat signal from the house. Well, it's calling Batman from the house. It's like Louis is getting all the commands what I'm trying to tell him, and he's acting like a real human. That's how efficient a service can work with the help of machine learning and artificial intelligence. It's very astonishing. We can see that this is the future of our world, and this is the future of us, that we, each one of us, are going to apply AI and machine learning in indirect ways. Let it be indirect ways, but we are going to live in an era which is an enormously huge and will be built on completely and will be completely based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So let's go on to another one. Well, Louis, I'm expecting some guests. Let's see what Louis does. That's perfect. So what Louis does is he will get my front door's light on, so that whenever a guest comes and rings my bell, he doesn't have to stand in the dark. I doesn't have to feel like, okay, I don't think they need me, or I don't think they want me to come in their house. So what Louis does is he will turn on the lights. That's correct. So that's how Louis works, and you can try this experiment at your home as well. It's not an experiment, basically you can see how Louis works, and if you want, you can install Louis service in your house as well and control Louis with the help of your voice. Now it will be expensive, or maybe it's not available in your area or in your country, but for sure in some years it will be available in every country, in every home, and I hope that this will change the technology era at its head. So thank you very much for watching this. You can try this small service or small demo presented by Microsoft at your home as well, and see what Louis does more. Till then, goodbye, take care, and stay home, stay safe.